So I wanted to get into a review of Supergirl since, I saw it and it's quite popular. It comes out this week. I thought this movie was okay. I gave it a 6 out of 10 on IMDb. I do not currently have a um, score for it on Letterboxd or Critic List. It stars, and I'm gonna get into IMDb here because I love to use IMDb as a aid, if you will, to. Let me just go into my other display. Bear with me. So I like to use IMDb just for the purposes of pretty much going through the cast. Okay, so the cast, of course, is Milia Alcock as Supergirl. She's the, she's the lead role. And forgive me because my R's, the letter R, I cannot pronounce. Okay, so forgive me. Just bear with me. Okay, you know what I'm saying, or you should know. So you got Milia Alcock. I'm sorry, Milia Alcock. Anyway, that's kind of. Anyway, she plays Supergirl, the lead role. This is the Kryptonian that we know from the Superman movie that came out last year, roughly the same time, where she's pretty much kind of like a drunken stupor. She just gets drunk and she just consistently parties. She goes to a wet sun just so that she can feel the effects of alcohol, whatever counts as alcohol on whatever planet that she is. It might not necessarily be alcohol, but it's whatever makes you drunk, intoxicated. Okay. This movie is rated PG-13, by the way. Just thought I'd throw that in there. It is quite heavy in the beginning for on the intoxicatedness. So be aware of that if you take your kids in. Like I said, you got David Corset. He reprises his role as Superman, the cousin of Supergirl, a.k.a. Kara Zor-El. And we know that Superman is known as Clark Kent on Earth, but on Krypton he was Kal-El, while his cousin was Kara Zor-El. Kara's name is eventually supposed to become Carol Danvers, but I don't think that's happened yet. It's supposed to happen as she settles into living on Earth. But anyway, just to stick with this film, we have Eve Ridley as Ruthai, an abandoned orphan child, basically, whose parents and family were killed right in front of her by Krim, who is portrayed by Matthias Schoenaerts. I might butcher these names. And that's pretty much all you need to know. It looks like, of course you got Darren Motag as Bar Braxton. He's actually going to be important later on as he's pretty much the bounty that Jason Momoa's character. Yes, he is in this movie, Jason Momoa. For some reason, he is not appearing on the IMDb list, so I had to go deeper. He plays a character. He's pretty much a bounty hunter. I actually forgot his name off the top of my head. It's if I just look at the list real quick, Jason Momoa. Where are you, Jason? Control F. Momoa. Oh, Lobo. That's right, Lobo. Wow, that should have been easy for me to remember. Yeah, so not really gonna mention much about all the cast because, I just think I should mention Carl's parents more briefly. I know I recognize them, but I forgot who the actors are. But anyway, you'll see later on what their names are. I know one of them was from the show Into the Badlands. Anyway, David Corshorts as Zor-El, so-called, Carl's father. He's like a scientist, just like his brother. His brother, of course, is Superman's uncle. I mean dad. His brother is, so this makes Zor-El Superman's uncle. Right, and I forgot the wife. She's the one on Into the Badlands. I forgot. Eve something, I believe. Eve something. Let me control F again here. Apologies. Eve Woodley. No. That's the other lead role. Anyway, I'm digressing. So back on point with this review. Like I said, the movie is okay. It's pretty good. Didn't have high expectations for this film. It was kind of meh. It was kind of, I thought it would be, like it turned out to be. I don't have any posters. I don't have any special collectibles to show you. I know people are talking about the popcorn bucket, the fact that it looks like a penis of sorts, even though it's basically Kara in her leather, not her leather jacket, her brown jacket, her drunk jacket. She carries this jacket with her everywhere. It's part of the costume. She wore it at the end of Superman that came out last year, as she showed up in her drunkenness to retrieve her dog Crypto. Oh, by the way, Crypto is back in this movie. I probably should have led with that. Yeah, something happens to her dog. He gets injured pretty badly. It's fatal. She has to find the cure. I can't really spoil it like this because it's in the trailer. The dog is poisoned to the point where she needs some kind of antidote. And apparently Quim, as his name is, he's the only one with the cure. It's on his person. So, Supergirl can't kill him. She has to get the antidote within a certain amount of time, a certain amount of days, in order to cure her dog. Give him the antidote, fix him up, make him brand new again. Also, what happens is, in the midst of that, we see what happens to the character played by Eve. Her name, once again, is Boothai. Yeah. I wonder if Eve Ridley is related to Scott Ridley. Ridley Scott. Anyway, so her family is killed by Kremlin, or Krim. Krim is a killer. We don't know why he does it. Apparently he likes to capture young women for the purposes of procreation, so that he could continue his ways of all men. Yeah. It made me think that's kind of the woke aspect that they were shooting for, what people are talking about, but I don't know. Anyway, she wants to kill Krim. Ruthai wants to kill Krim for killing her family. And Supergirl is like telling her, no, we need him alive so that I can get the antidote to cure my dog, to fix my dog, to make him better. And yeah, that's pretty much the MacGuffin. The MacGuffin for this, there is a MacGuffin. The MacGuffin for this, in this movie, is that antidote. It has a name, but it's a forgettable name. Quinn is forgettable insofar as costume. He's just as ugly as any DC villain, even so much as a Marvel villain, if you will. Yeah, he's quite forgettable. The bad guys are quite forgettable. Lobo, I forgot his name. He's memorable. He's the only comic relief in the movie. I laughed a few times at the way that Supergirl acts, the way that Kara acts. When she's on other planets partying. And we spent a good 20 minutes into the film her partying. Seeing how she acts ever since the planet was destroyed. Forgive me, I'm tired. I need to get some sleep. Gotta be at work at about 12. Anyway. haven't had much sleep lately. She goes to planets with red suns so that she can feel the effects of whatever she drinks to make her drunk, to make her intoxicated. We see a good 20 minutes of that. That's pretty much the continuation from Superman last year, when she shows up drunk. And that's the core reason why her cousin, Kal-El, Superman, had Krypto in Superman that came out last year, 2025, Superman 2025. The one that everybody hated it, but said it was like a soft reboot for the series, and people hated it because it was woke, or they said it was woke and it wasn't. I thought it was pretty good. I thought it was fine. I saw it, I think, 2 or 3 times. I think twice. Krypto, the reason why he was in that movie is because Kara asked him to watch her dog, take care of her dog, while she goes off on planets to get drunk. And why exactly? Because she apparently can do that. In this movie, she can do that without worrying about her dog. She takes her dog with her. And there's a moment when she's like this, and she's being pushed back, held up by all the people in the crowd. I don't know how that happened. And even her dog has that. You know how they lift people up in the crowd, and now the whole crowd pushes them. And it's like some kind of celebratory, kind of like you dive into the audience and they all push on you and hold you up. That has to be an overhead shot for that. Yeah. Anyway, her dog goes with her and gets drunk. He, of course, doesn't get drunk, but there's a time when she's playing ball, catch, or fetch with her dog. She throws the ball in outer space because she can fly. And she has to be near a red sun in order to do that, because she can't use any of her powers. No, she has to be near a yellow sun. So we see her near a yellow sun. She can't be near a red sun. Yeah. Anyway, she's tossed the ball in outer space. She's playing catch with her dog. I don't know how she acquired her spaceship. Yeah, she has a spaceship that she uses for intergalactic travel. Not sure if it has light speed. I'm trying to remember the top of my head since I only saw it once a few hours ago. I saw it Wednesday night after work, by the way. I have another ticket to see it again, but I don't think I will. You can see it once, yeah. You ain't got to see it like multiple times. And see it in IMAX. Go ahead and get it out of your system. Get it out of your system. See it in IMAX. So that's really all I got to say. It's not a bad film. It's fun. It's got humor. It's got character. It's got it's just got. It's worth the ticket. It's see with your friends. There's really nothing more I could say. It's not great, but it's not nor bad. It's good. And good is a word that is repetitively used throughout the movie. The word good. And that's how this movie is. It's good. We of course see why she just tries to get drunk. By the way, we see why she gets drunk on planets. It has something to do with the destruction of a planet, and you see more of that too. And you see how exactly she is, how old she is, and why she is her age. Apparently, Krypton was not destroyed in a night. The gods are not that kind, as Kara says in the trailer. Also, a part of the planet that Kara was raised on happened to survive, weirdly enough. Sorry, spoiler alert. And it's protected by a shield, and that's how she grew up in that. She grew up in that protective shield. Like the rest of it's all crumbled, but it basically keeps that space from sucking them dry and freezing them and pulling them into the depths of space. They get to remain on the remnants, the remains of the. They get to remain on the remains of their planet, their dead planet. Of course, that force field eventually fails, and she has to take a pride to oath given to her by her father, Zor-El. Sorry, I didn't really mean to spoil it there. I figured I might as well since I got into it. So go ahead, went ahead and started. Anyway, that's all I'm gonna say. Go see this movie. Go check it out for yourself. Form your opinions. Don't listen to all the critics. It's currently got a And I was just looking at this, by the way. I was just trying to find the current score. See. Current score estimates. Oh, it's got all critics is 58. It doesn't have an audience score yet. I guess it's kind of meh. Well, as of right now, we'll see what it is over the weekend. And yeah, it's currently at a 58% right now on Rotten Tomatoes. So, like and subscribe. Let me know in the comments if you plan on going to go see this movie. If you do see it, let me know what you think. I will be watching other reviews, doing a live stream, and seeing what everybody else says. In that live stream, I like to comment and critique other reviews of the film. I like to basically pretending that I'm arguing with them, in a way. So be sure to check that out on my channel, Modest Mikey, a.k.a. Mikey D. Luffy. Alright, peace out. Good night.